Look at look how much more fluid this game is already. Like how you can sprint as well. That's actually really cool. I've never played this game before, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Usually we play games that we know and what we grew up with, but this one, we never had this game. Oddie did, but I think I really missed out because this game looks really, really awesome. Is this super rare? Is it? Maybe that's why we never had it, because you just couldn't get... There weren't many copies around. Jump down and attack on the kick, if I remember. Jump down and attack with the kick. So I guess there's a jumping kick in this game. Oh, there you go. Nice one. See, Oddie knows his stuff. He's, you know, he's keeping us on our toes. I like how you transcended straight into like a cave system, and it, like, you know, with the lighting effects. Pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know much about this game apart from it looks really, really awesome. I was always impressed by like the way this game looks, so I'll be comparing it with the second game a lot. And this boss looks like it's straight out of the second game, really. Oh, it goes back and forth. Yeah. Look at the backgrounds. Look at the cave system with the waterfalls. It looks awesome. Yeah. Already, it looks more fluid than the second game. The graphics just look better overall. Look at the details. The sprite looks like you've got more control of your character as well. More moves. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed already. Oh, is there wall jumping as well? Oh, classic wall jump in every game ever. Especially platformers from this decade. The sprites looks way better in this one as well. This has got more detail. That's a good way to do it. There you go. Who needs shurikens when you've got a flying kick? So this is a bit of a treat for me. Like I said, I haven't watched this all the way through, so this is quite new. Oh, the dreaded bombs are back though. One thing about Return of Shinobi, way too many bombs in boxes. Yeah. The water effects look like they got better translucency than the other game, I think. Because the other one had some really bright water, didn't it? It was a bit of an eyesore. Yeah, there's got a bit of a lighting system going on here as well. It's quite cool. Look at that. It's like something out of Sinbad. It's got 3 arms. The magic system looks different though, because we only have one magic at the top. Oh, you switch them on the fly. In the other one, they're all on top of the bar, aren't they? So you can see everything. This looks a bit more clean, I think. Oh, we've got to show off the magic. Yeah. You see how the fire spun on that one as well? I don't think that happened in Return. So again, this one looks better already. Yeah. Can we jump up and kick him in the head? Or is these 2 swords defending his head? Ah, there you go. Okay, it's like a little splash screen kind of thing here as well. Like screenshot of you beating the boss. That's quite nice. Yeah. And we've got varied stages too. We're riding a horse. That's pretty cool. Oh, is there a lot of auto-scrolling in this game? Look at these ninjas running in the background. And they can jump into the foreground. That is great. I don't know how these ninjas are running faster than our horse though, but who cares? They're pretty quick. Oh, there's even a melee attack on the horse. That's cool. I like the use of colour as well. It's quite, it's not too bright. Yeah. It's got a little bit of atmosphere going for it. So how many auto-scrolling sections are in this game? You said there's quite a few. 3 or 4? They're already trying to mix up the game quite a lot from the predecessors, was quite cool. Usually, like, auto-scrolling sections of beat-em-ups are not that great. I've criticised them quite a lot, but hopefully this one's actually a bit different. Oh, it's a boss fight. What's the difficulty level like, Oddie, up to the second game? Because the second game was really hard, I found. I never beat it as a kid. Oh, we're straight back in the city, like in the second game. Didn't take long getting here, did it? Is that a city or are we in some sort of computer place? I don't know. I thought that was buildings. I don't think it is. I can't actually tell. Don't know. It might be it might be I don't know if these are buildings or some sort of laboratory. I don't know. Bit easier than the previous one. Okay, that's cool. So we shouldn't have any problems beating it. But Josh is not very familiar with this game neither, because again, we never grew up with this game, so this is quite new to me. Oh, the classic elevator section. We've got another auto-scrolling vertical this time. Look at these soldiers like crawling in and out of these gaps. That's great. Everything blows up in this world. Yeah, the graphics are awesome in this game. Look at these buildings. Yeah, it's massively improved. And the good thing is, when you play these games back to back, you can see it with your own eyes a lot more clearly. You know, if we played... How long did the other one take us? About 45, 50 minutes to beat? So, yeah. Yeah, this is just one of those games that you wish you had as a kid. It's like, why didn't we have this one? You know, it's frustrating, isn't it? Looking back, if you could go back, this would have been one you would want to pick up. You're going to love the lab area boss. It looks awesome. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. I think I have an inkling on what you're talking about, too. Oh, power-ups. You get that. Oh, fuck. Oh, you can actually grip on now in this game. Did you see that? Instead of actually falling to your death, there's a grip. It stops cheap deaths. I like that. Again, improvement. It's true. Well, I think it's interesting because usually when we play these games, I know the games. You know, we played mostly stuff that we know, you know, for nostalgia. But this one, this is like from like a new kind of set of eyes, really. No, it should be interesting to watch. Do a bit of commentary on it. Already, I'm very impressed with the variety of like how they're trying to vary up the gameplay and the amount of moves, more moves in this game. What he says, there's a... I guess this is a laboratory then, right? At the top of here. Is this another brain in a jar? Because the second game had that brain, didn't it? We didn't understand what it meant, but there was a brain in a machine. But the second game did have Godzilla and Spider-Man and Batman though, so there's that. I wonder if the downward kick does more damage than your shurikens. Would it be worth gambling to throw some of those kicks out there? Can you double jump then spam that kick? Yeah, I reckon that might actually do more damage, right? Oddie, does it do more damage? We don't know. Yeah. Well, you could say shurikens, but it's up to you. You fight it how you want to. So far, so good. We're doing pretty well. Yeah, Oddie said this game's easier than the second game. Funny, if you have the power up here, the boss takes like 2 or 3 hits. Yeah, the kick does more damage. Okay. Oh, look at this. He's got a bit of splatterize going on here. There's zombies coming out of toxic waste, like the toxic Avenger. That is great. I love anything to do with monsters and sludge monsters. I'm all in. Right, let's not use that power up. We've got to keep it. Now, if this ain't the lab, I don't know what else is. So we've got to have a boss on the end of here. Yeah, there's bombs everywhere. If they're not in boxes, everybody seems to explode anyway. Yeah, these do remind me of the Splat Rides too. These things in a tank, that's the screechers. This looks more like Swamp Thing though. If you look at the sprite, it looks more like, you know, inspired by that. More brains in jars. This time they're... Wow, they're attacking. Shinobi definitely had some out there boss fights though, didn't they? Or just in general, like some out there enemies. It wasn't just like you fighting samurai or other ninjas, was it? It's like Godzilla, Batman, brains. It's weird. It does. It varies up the game. It's good already, isn't it? We're fighting like brains in jars. We're only like level 2. And they've got wings as well. What's even cooler? Oh shit. Oh yeah, grip onto that, yeah. How does the control still, Josh, up to the first game, second game? Is it just the same? Same tightness? Bit smoother? We definitely don't want to lose that power up because we can... The second game, wasn't it? It did 4 times more damage to power up. So yeah, we can speed up the boss fights by 4 times. If we can... Oh, is it gone? Oh yeah, if you take 1 hit, you lose it, don't you? Oh, that's harsh. What, in this game? Alright, we're going to be seeing this boss soon. Oh, did you just lose it again?
No, that's special.
More brains? No. Oddie, did Yuzo Koshiro do the soundtrack for this game too? I didn't see him in the credits, but maybe he did. Oh my god, look at this. Look at all the parallax scrolling. That is great. He's in the background. He looks a little bit like the Beast from Kroll. Remember the Beast from Kroll? A little bit. But he's got some fucking janky teeth. Again, they're varying up the level. It's like what, a running stage, you could call it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Yuzo Koshiro didn't do the soundtrack for this one. It still sounds pretty good, whoever did it. Oh, Christ. Yeah, look at all the special effects going. Like, it's like underwater, but kind of like wavy. It's kind of cool. Oh my god, here he comes. In full view. We're exploding already. Yeah, that looks awesome. Look at his face. I love monsters like this in games. It looks so cool. Josh is just going to town on this guy already. He ain't holding back. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just very impressed by the sprite. Look how cool that looks. One thing about these old games, if they weren't in the arcade, the sprites are usually quite small, but they're really pushing it on this one. That... Shame he died so quickly, but it looked really, really cool. Yeah, that was an awesome looking boss. Xenocrisis has some pretty nice bosses, but that's like a much later game. Okay, we have another like yeah. We have another auto-scroller. Yeah. As long as the gameplay's good on auto-scrollers, usually in beat-em-ups when they try to do this, they're usually kind of like disposable. They don't really work all that well. So hopefully this one, they do a good job. But I've never played it myself, so I can't say. Yeah, the music's good. The music's good as well. Yeah, I'm very impressed by this game. You can definitely see why people would say this is the best in the series, because already this is definitely better than the second game, as far as I'm concerned. Actually, there was a PS2 game, Shinobi. I remember when that was coming out, because you had that crazy red cape that would follow you everywhere, wasn't it? The Shinobi PS2. Did you play it? Weren't you on a time limit in that game, if I remember correctly? Like, you had to kill a certain amount of people, or you'd die, or lose health? Wasn't that a mechanic in that game? Can't remember. Audie said you can cheese the last boss here, the boss here with a kick if you can do it. So, yeah, I guess he means that downward. Yeah, Josh does have a power up right now, so we just don't want to lose that. But we could go in with the kick if we lose it. Audie, you're lucky having this game as a kid. This game's pretty cool. And was this an exclusive as well to Genesis? Did this come out on SNES? Mega Drive only? Okay, cool. Well, this is one of those games you could rub into like this Nintendo fan's face, can't you? Well, we got Shinobi 3. Is the war still on between like Nintendo and Sega? Is it still going? I mean, PlayStation, Xbox is still going, aren't they? So maybe Sega and Nintendo are still going at it. Who knows? But just look at the graphics. Look at these backgrounds. It's so good looking, isn't it? Was this like one of the later? How late of a release was this? Because was it Revenge of Shinobi? When was that a launch title? It was an early game, wasn't it?
I don't think it was a launch title. It was like.
I wonder what the timeline was between this one and like the life of the Genesis. Because it looks damn good. It looks like definitely looks like a later release.
Yeah, I mean, look at these graphics.
Yeah. And we're not knocking Revenge of Shinobi. Revenge of Shinobi is a good game as well. It is good, but this is clearly a much improved version of that. These bat guys were in the second game as well. They were in that cave, weren't they? It sounds a bit like Sonic music. Can you bounce off that wall on top? Yeah, there you go. Look at that. You even have a lot more movement options.
I swear that used to work on.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, careful. I like the sky as well. Look at the clouds. It's awesome. You would have thought I would have played this, like, you know, playing Genesis back in the day. You would have thought we'd have got round to doing this sometime on the emulator, but I just never have. I've never played it.
Shame, really, but it's, you know,
Yeah. I think there's always games like that we will look back on and think, I wish I had it, you know? Because you can't afford everything when you're a kid. You just wait for what your parents bring back for you, really. Did they put this game on one of those compilations as well on PS2? Like the Genesis compilation? Oh shit, straight in the water.
I think it was on the 360 collection, I think.
It might have been on the 360 collection. Yeah.
So, fair enough. See, even checkpoint.
Yeah, an actual checkpoint system. That wasn't in the second game, was it?
No.
I love the classic. You can do everything. You can fight, you can climb, you can do these super jumps, but you can't swim. It reminds me of Tenchu. In the first game, Rikamaru drowns instantly, but a younger Rikamaru can swim. You're like, what? Wait until you see the forest fire level later. Is there nice visual effects going on there? Like the heat, distortion of the camera or something? Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, I'm going to look forward to that. Is there any more giant mutated monsters, though? That's what I want to see more of. And does Godzilla make a return, or King Kong? That'd have been good, wouldn't it, if King Kong was in this game? Because if Godzilla's in the second one, why not?
Yeah,
So does melee work? Is it just automatic proximity? Yeah. So basically, you could gamble running up to them. Look at the graphics on this mech. Oh, we got powered up shurikens here. We should be right. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, tank. Wow, you messed that guy up. I like how he's pulling his weapons back out of the water. Wow, you're doing really good damage to this guy. You still got it. Maybe doing jumping kicks on this guy would have worked as well, because that guy seemed like he was lower down. Not that you needed to.
I don't think that was
Yeah. I just like these stage clears where you can see what you just beat in the boss. I like that little detail.
Yeah.
Electric Demon. Yeah, it does.
Right, this is the level that actually has a glitch where it actually sets the start of the game. It actually just
There's a glitch here that restarts your game.
yeah,
What?
says,
Really?
yeah, I don't know what causes it, but it is a thing.
Josh said that there's a glitch in this stage that resets your whole game, so we have to be careful for that. We don't want to do that.
You know what, let's save that just
Okay, we're putting a save down because we don't want to get a glitch.
It's unlikely, but it is a thing, apparently, so...
Yeah. But again, this stage, look at the background with the fire going up in the trees. Really, really cool. This whole game, though, just has nice production values, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah,
It just looks so smooth. Do you think the speedrunners would have utilised your weapon slash a lot more than your shurikens for doing more damage? But then again, things die in one hit anyway, doesn't it? It's got that classic one-hit combat, a lot of it, until you come to the bosses. Audie, did you ever play the Shinobi on PS2? Did you have that game, or did you know about it? It was the one when he had that giant red cape. I never knew about it. Never played it though. Oh, I know about it, and okay, cool. Yeah, I remember that had mixed reviews, didn't it? I always had a feeling, what was that game, that Marvel character? Was it Spawn? Spawn had something similar, because he had a cape that also could do these kind of like crazy things, didn't he?
Yeah,
And that came out on PS2 as well, didn't it, Spawn? Or was that a Dreamcast game? Yeah, they look a bit familiar to me, those two games, but yeah, I think Spawn was meant to have been pretty decent as well. People seem to quite like it. Slash with your sword. Get stuck in. Oh, so I see what. Would a good strategy be just before you die to use your explosive? Because if you're gonna die anyway, why not take as much damage as possible? Would that make sense? That's it. Weapon slashing. Go. You got 1 health bar. Do your Oh my god! You just finished him. You have 1 piece of health left. That's perfect timing. Oh my god! You're hanging. Oh, Audie said you'd lose 2 lives in that case. Oh, so it takes a full health bar regardless. Oh. Oh, I thought the strategy would have been wait until you're almost dead, then casting it. So you push your luck. You know, you're going to gamble. But it's not. You do get punished regardless. Where's the bombs? Oh, okay. Oh god. Let's not do that again. Rewind.
No idea how that works.
No, me neither. Oh, right, okay, so you're using them to blow up platforms, right. Well, you've only lost 1 life so far. Was that your first life you lost?
Yeah.
Doing pretty well. Do you think this is easier than Shinobi 2?
Yeah, it feels like it.
I could not beat Shinobi 2 as a kid. It was just way too difficult. Not every game needs to be rock hard though, does it? To be like entertaining. So I'm glad that this one is, well, easier. Is that the exit right there? Oh, that was pretty simple. One thing I notice about these Shinobi games, they like military a lot, don't they? You're always fighting soldiers. Yeah. I thought you would have saw more like feudal Japan stuff, but it's because it's weird, really. Oh my god.
Of course.
Straight down. Wait a minute, Godzilla's in the background. I saw him. There's mechanical Godzillas in the background, right there. I swear to God there was. Look, there he is. Does that mean he's making a return? Wasn't Godzilla in the second game censored though? Didn't you say there was like a bone version of him, like a museum kind of version of him? But we never played that version. We actually had the living flesh and blood of Godzilla. We did. We fought Godzilla himself. But he was a very miniature Godzilla. He was only about 25 feet tall. Yeah, a very tiny Godzilla. But that tail whip was pretty brutal though. That still did a lot of damage. You might as well play Shadow Dancer at some point too. Is Shadow Dancer the one when you've got the white dog? Yeah. Again, that was a game we never had, did we? Did we rent that game? I remember seeing it, but I definitely... Yeah, I think I rented Shadow Dancer back in the day. Yeah, I never played it, but... Well, I don't remember playing it, but... Josh says we must have rented it, because I do have a memory of seeing it. Wasn't Shadow Dancer just Shinobi with a white dog? You could, like, send him in. Alright, Oddie, what is better? Shinobi 2, Shinobi 3, or Shadow Dancer? How would you rate those games? Oh, there's a block. How did you do that? Can you block ballistics? Probably not. Can you? In the first game, it's automatic, isn't it? You just simply move and your block's up already. Is that correct? But in this one, you have to hold a button. Shinobi 3 is better than both, but Shadow Dancer is better than 2. Oh, well, there you go then. Well, and 2's a good game, so maybe we should play Shadow Dancer as well. Do you know how to play that game? Right, well, we're going to have to write it down. We're going to have to play Shadow Dancer now. People want to see it. And we all love ninja games, don't we? Tenchu 2 still being the greatest ninja game of all time? What do you think? Is Tenchu 2 the greatest ninja game, Oddie? Oof. But then again, for 16-bit ninja games, this has got to be at top tier for sure. Absolutely must be. Yeah, probably. Tenchu 2 is just a brilliant game overall. Which we played that not that long ago and beat all the campaigns. Where would you stick this one? Oddie, in the general Sega Genesis's library, would you say this is top tier Genesis games? Do you think this is one of the best the console has to offer? It's hard for me to say because again I never grew up with it, you know, so I don't have that level of attachment. Yeah, it's pretty high. What do you reckon, Josh? Do you think this is our top tier Genesis? Look, it looks top tier Genesis, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Just one of them that you wish you had it as a kid. Damn it. Why not? And how expensive is this game now to collect? This is why I don't criticize people for just playing them on emulation. Not everyone can afford £200–300 to play games like this. It's just too expensive. None of us got any fucking money anyway, and they want you to shell that kind of money out to give this a shot. But then again, you said it was on one of the collections, so if you wanted to play it legit, you can actually buy it on like one of these Mega Drive collections somewhere. I think they ported that to 360 as well on PlayStation 3. Alright, something huge is coming because it is got to be Mechagodzilla. There he is, he's back. It is Mechagodzilla. That is awesome. I love it. Well, he's bigger than the last one. The last one was that was his height from standing, wasn't it? I love the fact they brought Godzilla back. Continuity. This could be the greatest game ever, actually. Oh, and you're taking body parts out. That's pretty nice as well. I like how they set up that boss fight because you can see it in the background that this was some sort of factory that they were making these machines. It's okay. It's on the Sega collection right now on Steam. So there you go. If anyone wants to see it, You can play this game legit if you buy it on Steam. Does that come with return as well, Audie? Is that both of them? Or is it just this one? I think MechaGodzilla was easier than the real Godzilla though.
Yeah, because that's how it works.
Oh, this is nice as well. I like levels like this. I know they're very frustrating to some people, but that kind of like vertical scrolling. Remember that Sonic stage on Sega Master System? Christ, the waterfall. Oh, that was a nuisance. One thing I think was different in this one though, when you commit to a jump, you could kind of back out and kind of come back. In the second game, you couldn't do that, could you? Like if you're going left, you had to go left, right?
Very little.
This one seems like you have more control of the way you're moving in mid-flight. Oh, Revenge of Shinobi's on there too. Well, there you go. How about the first game? Which I still don't actually know what the first game really is. Does anyone know what Shinobi 1 was? Because I don't think anyone knows. We know it's an arcade game, but do we know anything else? Did you ever play it or check it out? No? I don't think Audie did neither, so again, I don't think many people knew what Shinobi 1 even was. I think the first introduction was the Sega Mega Drive version on like Mega Games. Ported to NES too. So Shinobi was ported to NES. Wow, that'd be an interesting looking game then. Which that couldn't have been a 8-bit game though, could it? Unless it was 16-bit then ported over to 8-bit. Yeah. Not necessarily a bad thing because there are very rare, but there are some cases where the 8-bit version is actually better than the 16-bit one. I think Castle of Illusion is a classic example of that. Castle of Illusion on Master System was better than the Mega Drive version. And I probably would say the same for Ghosts and Ghouls as well, because you actually had that armor upgrade system, which wasn't even in the Genesis version. Yeah, you had flickering sprites, but, you know, look how cool the graphics are here, though. How you're falling. It's graphically so impressive, this game. This is like Legolas, isn't it, in The Hobbit, when he's like actually like jumping on like falling platforms. Because he's light as a feather. And what kind of boss are we fighting here now? Oh, it's another kind of Batman kind of character. That's good. You got 2 sword swipes at him at that time. That's quite good. The Sega Collection on Steam is weird. Every game is DLC. And you can't even buy the Sonic games on it anymore because of the release of the Sonic Origins. So they've removed the Sonic games because they're selling them on the Sonic Origins collection. Oh, that's fucking stupid. This is what happens, you see. This is how gamers get screwed over constantly. Anything to make a buck, innit? The problem is the gamers, they don't care. They just buy anything. They don't have any kind of like, what do you want to call it? I don't know. Their standards are just low. They just let anything fly. This is why we get like 20,000 Call of Duties and everyone's buying a new FIFA. It's like games that could literally be patched with a day one patch, you know, and selling them at full retail price is a disgrace. Yeah. But that is bullshit, you know, taking games off a collection because they're being sold elsewhere. That's just. Yep. Yep. And they should be grateful people are even going to buy it in the first place, because it's not like you can't just play them on an emulator like what we're doing. I mean, fucking hell, do they want people just to play them on an emulator and not make any money at all now?
Yeah, well,
because that's what we're doing. That's your alternative. We can't afford £250 to play this game. Oh Christ, wall jump on the right and jump up on the box. Oh no, can't get enough height. Yeah, you can. There you go. Yeah, that's the problem. If we lose the box, what happens then? Right. Quite tricky, this area, actually. Oh, there are bombs as well, make it even harder. Yep.
So I missed this.
It's very misty in here for some reason. Yeah, you can actually farm here for a little bit too, so I guess falling isn't that bad. Is there any jelly jumps in this game? Like in the second one, the jelly jump?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Should we just jelly jump our way up here?
That's what I swear.
The problem with like stuff like that, people won't really utilize it very well because the game can't force you to use it, otherwise you're gonna soft lock yourself. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's not.
it's a special move that will be very well. I don't know where it would become really in handy. Maybe shortcut in certain stages like before. Come on, you can do it. Ugh, good. What is that? I'm trying to make out what my eyes are seeing there. It looks like something out of Mortal Kombat. It looks like Raiden meets Big Trouble in Little China or something. Does he have a sword and a dagger? Because it looked like you slashed that guy with a dagger as well.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, you would. So,
Yeah. Oh, what is this now? Oh, Jesus.
Well, one more.
Maybe we can do our lightning shield and that should just go through there. Yeah, this game definitely feels easier than the second game. I think the second game had a lot more pitfalls, didn't it, as well? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this game's a lot more forgiving than the second game. But again, it doesn't make it worse. That's what people need to realize. Just because a game's harder doesn't make it automatically better. Not every game needs to be Dark Souls. This just looks like more of a pleasure to play.
Yeah, it is easier, but again, Trump's just better as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be the boss room because there's one of those like demon heads. Oh, it's a boss from the first game. He's back. We got to fight two of them this time. Oh, is this like you got to guess the right one? Pretty interesting character though, using his hair as a weapon. It's very odd. Maybe we could get really close to him. We can actually get our sword out. Can we sword swipe from the crouch? Maybe it's like a standing one. Mm. Phase 2. Oh, the petals are falling. What's happening now? Oh, here it is. Okay, he's shooting spikes now out of his hair by the looks of it. Oh no. Okay, now he's broke his strategy. He's just going to come at you now. So how much damage does this one do? Massive amount of damage. It has to. It's to lose your whole health bar. Say if you're not very good at this game, but you've got lots of lives, would that be a valid strategy just to do that over and over again? Okay, Oddie said, also the Sega Collection games are unmodded ROM files, so technically the only way that exists to legit buy the ROMs. So they're just unmodified ROM files anyway. Okay. I just find that disgraceful though, when you remove stuff. I remember Fight Night Champions doing that, me being a big boxing fan, and they basically took out key features from the game and repackaged it as DLC to sell it to you. Because that game was marketed for being more violent and bloody than the other ones. Then they completely removed the blood and violence through a patch and told you to buy bare knuckle mode if you want to see the violence back in. I'm like, what the fuck? So imagine that, you're buying a game for a certain feature that they promote, then they remove it and repackage it and try and sell it back to you. Yeah, then when the fans complained, 6 months later they change it. It's like, it's too late. Oh, it's terrible. Gaming industry right now is a shithole, I'll tell you. But that's EA, you know, EA, Activision, Blizzard. Well, the new Blizzard. Activision Blizzard. Christ. Who else can we slag off? That get us on Konami. What are they doing? Actually, they're bringing back Silent Hill, aren't they, Konami? They're remaking Silent Hill 2, which is a really bad idea. You can't remake that game. Yeah, it's such a special game. It's so unique, and you know, it's an absolute fan favorite. I mean, what are you gonna do? We can make it about improve the combat system. It's like, what are you gonna do with it? I don't know. Even Resident Evil 4 is like, why do they keep? Why not remake bad games? It's things that can be improved, like Resident Evil 6. Why didn't you remake that? Why 4? Fix 5. Yeah, fix 5 or 6 first. But they know it's automatically going to sell like 10 million copies in the first day by doing it. That's the problem, isn't it? It's the money. Because gamers don't think like us. They're just going to, oh yeah, I want to play the new Resident Evil 4. It's like, oh. Well, we're thinking, why? It's good enough as it is. Do something new. I know. But Capcom as well. God, they've been milking their fans for at least 10, 15 years. The things Capcom pull, it's unbelievable. They're the same. Street Fighter 5. Yep. Oh man. Yep. You know, having like stuff locked away on disc and being told that it's DLC, but it's already pre-exists. It's just stuff like that. It's just unbelievable. Yep. I like the moon in the background as well. That is really cool in between the clouds. These like piston things look like that boss fight from the second game. You remember the one with the brain in the jar? I guess it's a throwback to that. It's like they're trying to keep it close to the second game as well. They're keeping it familiar, so it's not too unfamiliar. If that makes sense. That makes it feel like a bit of a true sequel. Because we've had Godzilla as well. We're fighting like a lot more of the same military. That boss we just fought the Harry's in the second game, so they're trying to keep it tie it all in together quite nicely. Cool, he's catching you every time, isn't he? Christ. He's reading your inputs. Change control report. I think I already used that joke on the last video. Psycho Mantis. Yeah. Okay, Oddie said, it's like the time when the Grand Theft Auto Collection released and at the same time Rockstar removed the original versions from all platforms. Yeah, exactly, to sell their version. But what I hate about it, you're selling a version that's clearly unfinished or broken or lazy. And you wonder why gamers get upset about it. And all they say is like, you should be grateful. It's like, grateful. It's like, they were happy just playing the original versions. Not your buggy fucking version that you put like hardly any time or care into. Oh, it's a cheat. The cheek of it's terrible. Oh, the gaming industry right now though, it's just a mess. And why, is it me or does every game seem unfinished? It's like they rely on day one patches. Every game, day one patch to fix the game.
No.
It's just like, where's your beta testing? You know, where's all the money going into that to make your game actually playable day one? It doesn't happen anymore. At least back in these days, you better get it right first time because you know there aren't no day one patches on these games. And yeah, you had some games that were broken or silly, but for the most time, you know, it was actually okay. This music sounds a bit like Mazen Saga. Might be the Mazen Saga guy. Yeah, one thing, if you do notice some music that sounds similar, it's usually the same composer stealing his own music. You notice that a lot. Alright, Oddie's getting a drink. I hope it's not another monster, Oddie, because you need to lay off those. Oddie is a caffeine nut. That'd be a good game to play as well, Mazen Saga. One that not many people play or know of. What's actually genuinely legit good. Apart from some of the boss fights were just impossible, but... yeah, one of the hardest games you'll ever play, but... Beautiful animations, really nice graphics, fun gameplay. Yeah, you're just gonna have to take the damager. Yeah, just take it. Must be health up here. Oh no. Do you know any secrets in this game? Because when you played the second game, you knew where a lot of the secrets were.
You know what? No, I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was right. Unless that platform's meant to come out, because you can see that that's a plant. Oh shit, actually. Yeah, you could just go up top right there. Yeah, it looks like a platform's meant to go up and around, and you're supposed to jump on it in between. Oh, there he is. Now he's plugged in. Maybe he's on the other side now. There he is. Got him. Yeah. Are you? Oh, go, go, go. Is this the last level already? Because I think the second game took us, what, 45 minutes to beat? This one's a little longer, but this one's been a lot more pleasurable, you know. This one's more fun. Yeah. I was going to say it feels a bit short. It's just because the game's good and you want to play more. Yo. Audie, Josh said this is the last level in the game. It feels quite short, doesn't it? But it's probably because we're enjoying it and it's genuinely really good. Oh god. How about jelly jumps? We haven't even seen it yet once here. Then again, you don't really want to be jumping now because it's pitfalls. Audie said yeah, so this is the last stage. Not the prettiest stage in the game, but it is what it is. What is the last boss going to be then? We've already fought Godzilla. What could it be? I'm curious to see what the last boss is going to be. Is it going to be like a black version of yourself? Like a robotic version of yourself? A funky background? Yeah. Can you just directly jump up in the air? Yeah, there you go. And again. Oh god. Oh my god. Sneaky. The last boss looks pretty good. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. This game has some pretty cool boss fights. I like that mutant that looks like it's made up of like flesh and all sorts of weird shit and teeth. That was cool looking. That again, it reminded me of Xeno Crisis. You know, what was a later Genesis game, but that dude's kind of cool looking boss fights too. Are you going to jump on the right side down the chute, I bet? Actually, that's a bit of a fall, isn't it? Christ. Oh, good. Caution. What is it? Mm-hmm. It looks like every 80s background these days. Look at that, well, there's like faces in the background as well. What on earth is going on? Yeah. We're going to put a save state down just because we don't want to lose.
We try and get into phase 2 and then we just blow ourselves up and be like huge.
Yeah. I don't even know what this boss is. Is there any story behind this game? I think there is a story at the start of the game, isn't there? Mm-hmm. I did say he's going to be a black version of you, which is kind of like... He does look like some sort of ninja as well, doesn't he? Well, it's a pure guess, I had no idea. That background, look at those faces in the background as well. What are they, like tortured souls or something? Did he just do an uppercut? Yeah, he is. Turn to Ryu. He looks a little bit like that Power Ranger character. Sinrak or whatever his name was. Remember him? He's got like the silver armor and he's got like the red fleshy bits underneath. Cyrax. Not from Mortal Kombat, from Power Rangers. Remember that, Oddie? But then again, that was like later Power Rangers. We grew up with the old school Power Rangers. We never had that kind of Power Rangers, but yeah, it was like this thing with like metal and red flesh. It looks a bit like that. That was good. You did some melee attacks on him. Is that it? No second phase?
No, that was the second phase.
Ah. Oh, the classic Castlevania. They did this in the second game as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Looking over what you just destroyed.
You don't see the girlfriend, but this guy basically just destroyed the whole fucking ship.
Yeah, we don't have a girlfriend to save in this game. Well, we took down the ship. The battle has ended. The wing of darkness burns and shakes the earth as it lands. The wings of darkness. That was like a corporation, was it? The silent wind gently surrounds Musashi, is that his name? Musashi, and comforts his wounded body. Is that the character in the second game as well?
Yeah,
Joe. In this world of confusion, evil will continue to thrive and will rise again one day. So, sequel bait. You always have to leave these games open for a sequel, because you need to make your money. When history takes another turn, there will be a man running in the darkness. Musashi. Joe Musashi. He will be a shadow. He will be a shinobi. Classic. Any shooting star? No, not this time. Not this time. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Look at that sunset right there. Right on the horse. Dude, that font looks like Streets of Rage.
Yeah, pretty sure it is.
Well, there you go. So what's your thoughts then, Josh, on this game?
One of the better ones, definitely. Good soundtrack, fun gameplay, fair levels. Yeah, not bad. Maybe a bit easy. But I liked it. Really good.
So Josh said good soundtrack, good combat, good levels, good variety. A little easy, but in a fun kind of way. Me, very impressed. Like this game a lot. Without question, one of the better looking Mega Drive games. Even this, look how nice the production values look on this. Like, so cool. Running in the sunset. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought this was a really, really good game for Mega Drive. So yeah, what do you think, Oddie? What's your thoughts on Shinobi? Well, then again, I know Oddie's thoughts on Shinobi 3.
Yeah, I grew up with it.
He grew up with it and he likes this game a lot. So yeah. The music's pretty badass as well. What does planner mean? What kind of credit is planner? I don't know. I don't know what planner means. Great graphics, great tight gameplay, good music, and the level design. I love the game to this day. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Really fun. Yeah, really good game, and definitely improvement over the second one. Lots of different moves as well. Different ways you can approach things. You could platform a bit differently too, because you could cling onto walls in this one. They varied some of the stages with those kind of, what do you want to call them, side-scrolling sections.